Hello everyone, welcome to the live stream. Sorry for the bit of delay, had to finish setting up a few things, fixing some issues, but we're live and let's get things going. Okay, waiting for it to get into the game. There you go. Okay, we're going to drop this back down to 1. Go. And as usual, anyone who wants to join in is more than welcome to join in. I am on the Discord in the City of Heroes area of my Discord. So if you want to be on voice, you're more than welcome to be. Just be forewarned that your voice will be heard on the live streams. So, here I need to get a bit of a drink. There we go. Okay. Get some missions roll. We need to go to Skyway City. Good thing we're right next to the tram. Says we're 40. Probably gonna be this one here. If I was right. Actually pull up the map. Yeah, it's in the middle too, so it really doesn't matter. We're 40, so we're 10 levels away from hitting 50. Once we hit 50, we are going to switch servers and create a new character. Maybe probably come up with like a theme. I think the first theme I want to do, depending on the server, thinking maybe an all stalker theme. Okay, we're gonna switch here. Hey, false hurricane.
Just got on.
Just got on. I hope you got some rest.
Yeah, I've been. It's been fun.
Yeah, because I
heard you had a interesting week too. Getting over your little thing too.
Yeah, I did. I just got into the mission, so I'm gonna hold off before I start doing the mission. I'm just inside.
I can just hop right in. I have my little teleporters I like to use, so it won't be long.
Okay.
I've always liked to use them.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I can't wait to get this character to level 50 so that can choose another server and go with maybe a theme. I'm thinking all stalkers.
I caught the very beginning of that. I was on here for just a little longer than you thought I was. I caught the beginning of that.
Actually, let me do something here. Here. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Yeah, I dropped it back down to 1, so after this mission, we'll bring the numbers back up.
Yep, that's fine. As long as we find what's comfortable, you know why.
Close enough to the door so we can activate it.
Now the next one. have all my pet controls for my Phantasm, because the Phantasm likes to hang back unless I direct it to do otherwise.
Yeah.
It's the only one I really have to control a little bit more than the others. Other ones pretty much do what I need to do by default. Phantasm I need to go offensive or something. It's the only one I need to do stuff with. If I do that, then it does its thing.
Yeah. What do you think of the whole entire thing of Thunderspy letting controllers command their pets?
It's nice for like the Phantasm and stuff like that, the ones that like to act up a little bit, but other than that, like for Illusion, it's pretty much everyone else is auto control, autopilot.
Yeah.
So it's nice for like the ones that like to not do what they're supposed to do. Like the Phantasm works more like a bodyguard, unless you tell it otherwise. And I like it to be more into action. I can always switch it as needed. But that's the advantage of that for me.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're the closest to being a mastermind without being a mastermind.
Yeah. Pretty much everything on Illusion works autopilot. Just the one thing with that. With my storm powers, they are also automatic when I turn them on. So I have no concern, really.
Yeah.
It's really just that one with the Phantasm makes all the difference in the world to me. Like, I try to tell like anyone who has Illusion, get the controls for it on the server. Make it so it doesn't sit back. No, you're not getting close to us. That's proper use of the hurricane right there.
Yeah.
I pushed everyone away from us, and then I gave us room to work. Like, when that happened, we were free from damage, and we could just go at it.
Ooh, I just thought of an idea for doing a cool Tau build.
The Tao's kinetics, and it doesn't have to be like kinetic in like martial arts or something, or with swords or something.
So my idea for the Tau build is do illusion and do it on Thunderspy and customize all of your guys to look as close as you can to a stealth team.
That can work, like, or if you make them look as close to other guys in that house group as possible.
Yeah,
that could also work.
Well, I think for illusion, doing a Tau stealth team would be best because they're supposed to be somewhat invisible.
Off. We don't have any extra graphics, just causing chaos where it's not needed. We're good there.
If I don't get hung up. No, this is where we came from.
No, this is other way.
Oh, okay. So that is the way we need to go.
Yep. I didn't even use my review yet, so like, I don't. Last floor. I'll take one way, I'll go the other way, or
I always go right.
I'll take this other side and see over here.
All right.
I don't think there's anyone in here. If not, my guys would have aggroed them. So. Right back here.
There we go.
Yeah, there was a little discussion going on in the general forum on the Thunderspy thing, on our Discord, on the Thunderspy Discord.
Say that again?
Knockback on the Thunderspy Discord. Their general discussion is to talk about, you know how we have the restraint thing on the server?
Yeah.
I've chimed in and said, like, it's a good little training wheel for knockback if you're not used to it.
Oh, yeah.
I've always never used it, so it's nice. I made myself train without it when I was rebuilding this guy up, so I could learn how to use it right.
Yeah. I mean,
to the point where I was paranoid. To the point where I was paranoid, asking people, "How am I doing with it? Am I too much or too little? Am I calibrating right for you guys yet?"
Yeah.
So I knew how to calibrate. So I knew from the other side how I was doing. Just because it's, as I said, it's you've experienced it probably a little bit when you did your little video on the build. You know how much crazy you get with it.
Oh yeah, I'm always having to calibrate things. I mean, heck, when I did what was it? My Monday live stream, I went to go and use my tablet to do some graphics work, some texturing. And as soon as I hit that live stream button, my graphics tablet went, "I have no signal." I'm like, what? So yeah. I'm having to calibrate my tablet some more.
Oh. There's a problem for my mission. Okay, that was odd.
And before we go in, let me adjust the, what do you want to adjust? Do you want to adjust the amount?
No, I said how I play my build. That's what I was saying. Calibrate how I'm playing the build.
Well, no, I was talking about adjusting the mission.
Just, what are you set at right now?
So, do you want to increase the,
you can increase the level to like 1 or 2 if you want, and at least times 4 or so. I think we can handle, if not more than that.
Okay, times 4.
Yeah, we'll go from there. If you want to add 1 or 2 to it, up to you.
Okay. So I did
Okay,
times 4. We'll see how that does.
Yeah. We can easily kind of adjust as you go along because I know you don't want to get too crazy as well. Just have no problem
Whoa, they're
working with
gray.
that. Oh, that's well. No, hopefully it's just the first pack.
This will be a
Unless
quick
this is old
cleanup.
edition. This is old edition or something? 37. Yeah. 37. Well, active 39. Yeah, this.
There we go. Oh, let me turn off my flight. Throw on my hover.
This is a level old mission, so you could probably easily pump it up times +2 afterwards, I think.
Yeah, I think it's just because it. Oh. Ow. For a second there, I thought I got Tesla caged.
May have been.
Not that cleared. Oh, hold on. That's like something ran and then came back. Now on Tesla cage.
And that's solved. Oh, 2 boosts is glorious for that stuff. Also, we just a little bit of protection against that too.
Okay, there we go. Go.
So just let me know if you get hit by that stuff, and I can. You know, you're away from it.
Bonuses of having a mastermind. When the clockwork boss goes down, the pets immediately jump on the little guys that pop out of them.
Yep, same thing with my Anthem stuff. Keep going at it.
Hey Lunar, how's it going? There's over here.
Unless we missed some going the other direction. The big roundabout.
Yeah.
We got most of them. I feel like we might be missing that.
Nope, we got some back here in the corner.
I'm going to double check the other side.
Okay.
Sure. I feel like we missed something up there too.
There we go.
Yep.
That got
Wasn't
them
wrong.
all.
We did miss a path. It just there was nothing there. So.
Yeah.
wasn't completely wrong, at least.
Okay, so we've done that. So missions. We're gonna jump it up +1 for now.
Huh?
Contacts. That one. Double missions.
Ooh, I'm not. I remember doing Everett on one of my guys. I'm not sure if he ended up with what you would call it, the Blazkid's boss at the end of it. And one of the guys, you end up with the Doctor Velez at the end of the arc. One of the guys, I think.
Yeah.
I ran into him using this guy, and I actually fought him. Did well.
Okay, we're going to King's Row. Oh, I just got jumped by Circle of Thorns.
Probably the same kind of group I got by earlier.
Oh yeah, Sea Heroes is a great game. I was so happy to hear when private servers came up. Rail, let's light. What server do you play on, Lunar? Or are you like me and you play on all the different servers? Hey, Axel! Sea Heroes Forever, yeah. Well, that's what I like about the server side code being out on the internet. It's never going to disappear. And so we'll always have, in some form or another, Sea Heroes private servers, because even if the ones that are out now get shut down, someone else can put up their own server and stuff like that. So I mean, heck, I thought about putting up my own server, but the thing is I'm already too busy with this channel, my game development and stuff like that, that I just don't have the time to, you know, run a Sea Heroes server the way I would want to run one. Oh, no. There we go. I think after this mission, we might have to bump it up another notch. Definitely going to bump up another notch.
Yeah, as I said, we'll make it work what you need it to do so you can still do what you need to do on your side. You can still make it kind of challenging. when that tornado stays on one target. it's
Quick
incredible
question for
damage.
you, False. Do you have any way of bumping up the volume of your microphone?
Yeah, I can bump it up a little bit on my side.
Yeah, can you
better?
do that? Because when combat's happening, all of the sound of the combat is, you know, making it hard for me to hear. I don't want to lower the combat or the volume anymore on.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do with just my stuff on my.
Yeah,
my
so
side a little
once
bit.
we're done with this fight, or even during this fight, considering we're having such an easy time.
Yeah. Just throw up my hurricane just so I'm protected a little bit.
Where are they jumping? Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put on my toggles. There we go. Okay, and let's see. Lunar currently playing Longbow Soldier on Homecoming. Well, Arachno Soldier. I made the costume a longbow outfit and swapped his alignment. That's cool. That's really cool.
Is this better for you? Is this better for you?
A little bit better. I'll let you know once we get into combat.
All right. I'll pop back screens then.
I mean, another thing I can do is I can just up the volume or lower the volume of the gameplay and up the volume on the Discord. Or not the Discord, but on the stream.
Don't worry about the game volume. Let me see if I can figure something on my side before we take drastic measures on your end more.
It's not that hard for me to make those changes.
Still, I'd rather keep the game volume decent for everyone else than.
Yeah, you might want to bump up just a little bit more because I'm able to hear you, but I really have to sort of focus.
All right, I'll go a little bit more. Where is it? My input's at 100% now.
Okay,
Can't go any
yeah,
further.
there you go. Yeah, it was just when we were in fights, you were like a barely a whisper.
Again, as I said, I'd rather see if I can do something on my end first than I let everyone on this watching gets hurt by it.
Yeah,
It's something that I can control a little better.
I have gains and fades put in place, so if it's too loud, it lowers the volume. If it's too low, it ups the volume.
Just the same. Try to work my side a little bit first before we get too fancy on your end, so we can keep the volume for everyone else.
I don't mind getting fancy on my end. I'm used to being fancy.
Still, I rather. One of the most crazy debuffs in the game. Freezing rain.
Let's see if this boss really pops, reses himself. Yep, he does.
In the fear, so
He
it wasn't.
immediately regrets it. Wasn't like the one shot I took when I did my res when I was doing the community mastermind thing, but still.
That's not long.
Yeah.
Pushing towards you. Making us a death trap.
There we go. That one's done.
We'll be able to hop behind the guys and then send it to someone.
Yeah.
Sometimes too. Very good strategy if you can pull it off. Yeah, people can take advantage of it too.
This one, we gotta go Atlas Park. Well, I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna take your orb out of Alice. Because why waste mine if I can use yours?
Yeah. It's up in like a minute and a half for me.
Yeah.
Due to my recharge, so it's not like using this is a big deal for me.
Now let's turn on flight. Nenya, how is it going? Oh, darn it, now I'm hungry. And it's all your fault, Nenya. That's okay. In a couple weeks, I'm going to be making myself a gourmet mac and cheese with 5 different Wisconsin cheeses, beef sausage, applewood smoked bacon, carrots, peas, and broccoli. I gotta wait a couple weeks. Because at the end of the month, I'm spending money on the channel and, you know, other things. So at the end of the month, I'm always low on cash. Oh, I forgot to change the level. Oops.
Well, that'll be. We'll get through it.
I mean, the next thing I'm looking at getting for this channel is upgrading the mic. Because right now I'm using a $50 mic that I got, which was better than the headset mics. But I'm looking at probably spending a couple $100 for the next mic. In fact, actually, I think I'm going to be getting that in November when I get the end of November is when I'll probably get that, because that's when the YouTube check will come in for the channel. So I get paid out by YouTube once every other month or so. They spawn and all of a sudden all I see is a bunch of them go flying up in the air.
That was my
good.
tornado. That was my tornado going at them.
Yeah. That was just really cool seeing them just immediately spawn and go flying. Anytime I see something like that, my mind immediately thinks, pull!
Yeah, graphics on this game was always the ragdoll effects was perfect on this game.
Oh yeah, the physics.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like I've always said, in most games I hate ragdoll. It just drives me nuts. But in City of Heroes, I like it.
It's all comic booky thing.
Exactly. You know, there's
it's not
certain
only
times that's worth using certain effects. It's like, I don't like jiggly weights. I hate when most companies do jiggly weights. Why? Because it's all, most of the time it's them using it on big-breasted women, and they overdo it so the breasts are just bouncing everywhere. I did like it when it was done on Street Fighter and they had this heavy weighted guy and they used the jiggly weights on his body. And they didn't overdo it, they did it lightly, so he just sort of slightly jiggled. I'm like, okay, there's a good use for jiggly weights. Yeah. Well, it's like you mainly see it like Asian video games. They always have the top heavy women with, you know, their tops just bouncing everywhere. And it's like, why? It's also, I don't like playing video games where it gives male characters in fantasy games, you know, this really thick plate armor, and then the female characters get these, you know, bikinis. It's like, yeah, no. You know, I mean, there are times where I'm okay with it, like for instance, Conan. And that's because, well, it's equal to men and women. You know, I mean, Conan, what does he wear? He wears literally a loincloth, and that's it. I'm gonna try getting away.
Nah, that's all. Yeah, that was going all the way around. Oh, we missed the guy.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, taken care of. Not like it takes long.
Yeah. I mean, not with the two of us, and then even more when we have the brute. I mean, when me and you focus on one guy and attack at the same time, we literally alpha strike that one guy, even if they're orange.
I think we could do that almost to reds and purples. Boss level guys.
Yeah.
Almost. Especially if given the right circumstances where I can use a wall or something.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's just like goodbye.
Well, I'm waiting to see what happens when we're like all playing stalkers and we all target different guys and assassinate.
Depending on what server I've guys on Rebirth and which is the other one I have by Sweet Tea. Rebirth, and I think I have Unity on there. So if anything else I would need to kind of add onto it.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be Purgatory. It might be Freedom. Freedom, I'm holding off for, I think, when I'm wanting to do blasters, because I want to do a poison blast. Yeah, 8-man stalker team would be cool. That's what I'm talking about. Just imagine going in and it's like up the levels of everything, and once we all have assassinate in palace, and just watch us devastate everything.
That's a trick I can pull with this guy a little bit. Not quite the assassin strikes, but I can shadow up to guys, the bosses, and then go with the Phantom Army, and then just go from there.
Yeah. I mean, I like doing alpha strikes because I do that all the time with my masterminds.
But it's nice doing it from the shadows, and then I just lay into them with everything else I have.
So that video that you're talking about, Luna, I've seen that video, and that's just awesome. I mean, what I'd love to do is I'd love to get enough people in here to basically do rates.
Wow, that would be like 3-4 of us who could have done task force there, but that was short-lived.
Yeah. Well, it varies. I mean, the channel's not that big. So, once it gets bigger, then that's when we can really start looking into doing things like that. The channel's gotta grow. I mean, I'm almost at 2,000 subscribers. So I think when the channel will really grow is when I hit on a really good game that has constant updates that I'm doing from the very beginning. I'm one of the first. I think that's when I'll hit it really explode and could turn into someone like Jason Plays in size. That, or if I release my game and my game takes off, that could cause the channel to explode too. Because where are you gonna get the best tutorials on how to play the game than from the creator of the game?
Yeah.
He can never be wrong, because the thing is even if he's wrong, he can go in and tweak a few things and then automatically he's right. Okay. Do a few things here. Here. Let's jump up to 2. We just got notched up one at a time. Let's go back to missions. Contact. Doesn't say where we need to go. We're rescuing Dr. Arcos.
Odd.
Let me see if it says in the...
Very odd. What zone was that contact in?
That contact was in Talos Island.
We may want to check Talos then.
Yeah, well, it's saying here, I'm reading it right now, has been kidnapped. It seems to be something involving Oarsman and Lost Sea of Circle of Thorns. Fortune unearthed in Paragon City. So yeah, let's go ahead and go to Talos Island.
See from there.
Lost Island.
Like showing up there, but
Nope. You know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm just gonna call her and we'll just auto complete it. There we go. Founder's Falls. Whoa!
ambush.
Yep. I love that they do that.
Definitely keeps you on your toes.
Well, that's where I wish one of the City Heroes servers would put a Nemesis system in there. Where you or one of your friends can create a Nemesis that just randomly, you know, it randomly gives you a mission to go do, or they attack you in mid-city. And if I were to run a City Heroes, I think that's the first thing I'd work on. Because I think that's what would sort of bring City Heroes full circle in 100% feeling like a superhero video game. Because the only thing missing is the players having an arch nemesis. Or nemesis.
Can't imagine a system based on that, based on your origin and maybe your power sets or something like that.
Well, no, I mean, it could literally be something you create. That's how I'm seeing it working. Is you literally go through the character creator and create your nemesis, and your nemesis is always, you know, automatically levels up when you level up. So when you gain a level, it automatically levels up. The game system chooses what powers it chooses based off of the powers you chose to sort of counteract what you're doing. You know, and then I also want to put a system in there for people who aren't that creative, that want to go into that and don't want to spend the time creating the nemesis. They can auto-generate themselves a nemesis.
That's what I was saying, like something based upon the powers you picked,
Yeah,
kind of thing. Some sort of balance out there.
yeah. That could Axel. That could totally happen. And that'd be really cool. It's sort of like how in Marvel and in DC, you have that whole entire Legion of Doom versus Justice League type of thing. It would vary. Ooh, badge earned.
Here we are. There's someone down below.
Yep, I see him. I think we might need to raise it another level.
Probably more the multiplier, I think.
Oh, you want to multiply it?
Yeah, I think the multiplier might be better. Play with that if you don't want to, depending on where you want to put that at. I think maybe times 6. See how we do there. 5 or 6.
Yeah, we'll jump up to 5 next.
And we'll kind of adjust from there.
Yeah.
I think the larger crowd would serve us better than the level at this point.
Yeah.
If we're already at +2, that can only go so high so fast before you run into issues. Someone runs into something. Crowd is what can make it more interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, crowds aren't that big of a deal when you have an AoEer. Like, that's what I should do. I want to do. I'm gonna work on my wind storm corruptor on homecoming and get all of the powers and then just ramp everything to max. See what happens. Because you want to talk about a good AoE build, a wind storm corruptor is a great AoE build.
That guy got caught up in the tornado.
Yeah, he did. I'm just watching him bounce up and down.
That's why it's good when it locks onto one guy and they just cannot do anything.
Yep.
And it does actually decent damage if it sticks on one guy.
Yeah, it does.
But it has to stick on the guy or to do decent damage. That's the one downside to the power, which is the same as its upside, ironically.
All those. Oop. Ran right into it, turned the corner, and there's a giant demon right staring at me. Not staring at me, but I was looking right at his backside.
I saw him from the front. I was just like back up a little bit and then tossed my army, then tossed everything else real fast.
There we go. 4. Couple of demons. You know, another thing I want to do? I want to do a fire blaster. I want to do a fire blast build that of power sets that's more AoE based than damage over time.
I know I have a low level fire stormer.
Oh yeah.
On I think one side or the other, corruptor. I think corruptor or I think it's a corruptor. I made it. I have 1 or 2 like little stormers that I'm working up. I have a fire storm, energy storm.
Hello,
I think
bright
that's a
light.
defender. And what is the other one? Some sort of melee set.
Well, I think that's one power set that's missing is a heavy AoE blast capability. And that's what I'd like to see.
That's what you do when you push me back and lock me into place. It cuts out everything.
I actually got the heal off just as he's being taken out. One in this area. I have to check out that. I want to check the ground floor first.
And right here.
Okay, I'm with you. Oh man, that had to have sucked. Oh nice, how did you find out about the private servers? And what private servers do you play on? And my recommendation is check out my videos. I do a lot of guides. I do guides going over enhancements, guides going over builds, guides going over factions, finding exploration badges. Oh, cool. That's a great way to find it out about it. Oh! I wasn't paying attention. Okay, now we're back. Let's get pets up. Yeah, Sea of Heroes has a pretty good history. Whoa, just got hit by something. So, if you're wanting a pet summoner, it depends on what kind of pet summoner you're wanting. Are you wanting one pet? Or are you wanting a bunch of pets? That's the question you gotta ask yourself. Because if you're wanting a bunch of pets, then you're looking at playing a Mastermind, which is what I'm playing. And if you're wanting one pet, you either want a controller or you want a dominator. You want to do a controller if you want to be more about heals and support. You want to do a dominator if you want to be more about the attacks. Because dominators will get melee and range attacks. Controllers get heals and buffs. And then the secondary for Masterminds is also heals and buffs, because half of your powers or half your attacks come from you having 6 pets, sometimes 7. And so the secondary, it really depends. Are you wanting to go off of a theme? Are you looking for power? What exactly are you looking for the secondary? I think we've cleaned all in here.
There's still some of the groups that I tossed around a little bit.
Oh.
Still deal with a few of them. Looks like up here.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Y'all also feel free to join my Discord, because my Discord has a hero section where you can ask questions, and many of the servers owners or head developers are on paying attention to my Discord. I know Purgatory does a little bit. I know Senpai, who's the head developer for Thunderspy, does.
We'll throw my 2 cents in there if you ask.
Oh yeah,
with
I mean,
stuff that I know.
the more choices that someone has to choose from on tactics, the better choices they have. So go ahead and throw in your 2 cents, and then I will make my comment after that.
I'm just. So also, if you want a lot of pets, like my setup here is more of a damaging setup too.
Mm-hmm.
With the Storm is not your traditional buff debuff set by any stretch of the that. It has some of that.
Yeah. Yeah, but from what I'm gathering, Bright Light's new to the game, and if he plays your build on any server, he's gonna get a bit confused with the pet, having to resummon the pets and cooldown times and stuff like that.
Yeah.
With starting him off with a Mastermind, he doesn't have to worry about the resummoning as much. So what you need to figure out, Bright Light, is you can be a Beastmaster like mine is, where you get a bunch of wolves, lions, and dire wolf, and they're mainly melee. Then you have the necromancer, which is zombies, skeletons, and then a lich, and they're predominantly melee with a little bit of range. And then you have the demon summoning, and they are a mix between melee and range, because the demons will do both. And then you have your mercenaries, which are soldiers that are predominantly ranged but have 1 or 2 melee attacks. Then you have robots, which are predominantly ranged with some melee attacks. And then you have thugs, which once again are predominantly ranged with some melee attacks, but thugs get something called Call Gang War, which brings in like 20 more guys for a short time to fight on your side. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I played a mage in EverQuest, and my main character in EverQuest was a Shadow Knight, which gets a skeleton pet. So I've always liked pet classes too. I'm more along the lines with you on that. So really what you're looking at is also, what do you want your attacks to be like? If you choose to go with necromancy, you're going to be doing a lot of attacks where the secondary ability of your attacks is a debuff to the enemy to hit. If you choose something like, let's say, the Beastmaster, you're gonna get bees that you shoot out, which is the dots. You get the hawk that you call out, which will do a knockdown. You get the crows, the murderer crows that you can call out, and will do an sort of a cone effect. If you choose like the mercenaries, you're going to be using a machine gun. And so you're going to be spraying a lot of bullets. You're going to be using shotgun type effects. If you do thugs, you're going to be dual wielding pistols. If you choose demon summoning, you're going to be using a fire whip that will shoot out fire from the whip. And so there's that. And then for your secondaries, you got things like, electric, you got dark masma, you got a bunch of choices. If you stay till the end of the stream, which which will be in about another hours when the stream's gonna end, I'll go through character creation of masterminds and just sort of give you my recommendations for a new player in what works well. My favorite in doing a mastermind is robotics force fields, or robotics, and I also enjoy traps, because traps you're able to put down a bunch of like mortars, poison bombs, trip mines, and things like that.
Okay, I'm having issues right now.
Running into issues?
Yeah, the teleporters are not teleporting me where I want to go.
Oh. Well, I found a new area and I found mobs. So come to me.
Yeah, I'm working towards that.
Trying to, at least.
Yep. I was up there already exploring about a little bit already.
Oh, my guys decided to just go in and go at it.
I'll catch up.
I think I need to run.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I got my. That's acting up.
Lost some wolves there, so let me resummon up the wolves. Resummon up the lion, because I lost a lion.
And I'm finally on the other side of this.
Of course, just as I summon up my lion, my other lion. Oh no, it did give me both my lions back. Cool.
Just as I figured out a way to get through that mess. I hate when those teleporters act up.
I never seem to have a problem with the teleporters.
Once in a while I do, but it's... Stay close, I can heal you. I'm watching.
What fun is that for the healer? That's an old joke from EverQuest.
You within sight range and I'm good.
Okay, let's bring out another wolf. The other thing that you have to pay attention to is bright lights. What server are you going to be playing on, or are you playing on? Checking, make sure that we got everything cleared out. Okay. I'm gonna go through this. Yeah, that doorway that you just opened.
Yep. There's also one more side area we need to go into too. After here.
Okay.
We can do this room and then we can go back. Because we're already here.
Yeah. Okay, but so you're gonna use demons. The reason I asked what server you're gonna play on is each of the servers have made some changes to masterminds, and so based on what server you're playing on, I can give you the best advice depending on whether you're playing on Homecoming, Thunderspy, Rebirth, Purgatory, things like that. And the question is would you like to have more than 6 pets? Would you like to instead have 12 pets? Okay, you're gonna be playing on Homecoming. So on Homecoming, you don't want to follow exactly what I'm doing here, where I'm summoning pets. And the reason being is you're going to have a couple more abilities. What you're going to have is you're going to have like this trained beast. Homecoming has turned this, or Thunderspy has turned this into an automatic power. Whenever you summon up your pets on Homecoming, you're going to actually have to cast this ability to buff your pets. Ah. So let's see if we've got any more mobs in this area. That's a dead end.
I'm pretty sure that area is clear. Except for over here.
Where are you? Open up my map, see where you're at. Okay, I'm coming to you.
The little prison room.
Yeah, because I'm not that far from hitting level. That's why I'm wanting to sort of stay here.
Yeah. Oof. I know you like to finish out the maps either way.
Yeah.
I knew we had this other room either way, so.
So let's see, with demon summoning, there's the level. With demon summoning, I would recommend, if you want to keep thematics wise, I would either recommend thermal radiation or dark masma. Would fit well thematically with demon summoning. Just like my character controlled chaos. He is thermal radiation. Because I want him to be also like a fire field. Yeah, no problem. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I've been playing City Heroes since it was in beta. So, early 2004 or late 2003. I can't exactly remember because it was so long ago. Back to my first character was an electric blaster. Because Masterminds were out. Yeah, Masterminds came out in City of Villains. And at that time, when it came out, you could only play them as villains. It wasn't until Going Rogue came out that you could actually play them as heroes. Because then you can take your rogue character, get him gone. Yeah, when City Villains came out, my main for Masterminds was Mercenaries Poison. Then when it made it so you could just straight out make them as heroes, I did another Mastermind, which is my new favorite, which is I did Robotics and Traps.
I think we got everything.
City of Villains was an expansion and a standalone game. So you could play City of Villains all by itself, or you could have City of Heroes and just have it be an add-on to your City of Heroes. And then Going Rogue was just an expansion because there wasn't enough content in it to fully count for its own game. Okay, these magic barriers aren't giving us anything, so I'm gonna X out. I mean, the great thing about all of these private servers is you get all of the expansions. Contacts. Oh, we gotta go to Atlas Park. Got a timed mission here. Oh no, won't let me share it. Or it won't let me make it a primary, but yeah, not a problem. Like I said, I played for a long time. I mean, I was one of the first official people to make what is called a blopper. Because back when I played and City Heroes just got started, the players that played blasters thought that the secondaries of melee was pointless, and it wasn't until like just before City of Villains they realized that melee for a blaster was a really good thing to have if you really built things out correctly. And you know, I was predominantly doing an electric blaster, which was really, really fun. Nothing like draining all the endurance from the enemy so the enemy can't attack. Oh, okay, that's why it won't let me select. You're still in the mission. Well, Hurricane, you there? Did he get disconnected? I think he got disconnected. Oh, that's a bummer. We're going to drop this back to 1. Drop this to 0. We'll wait to see what happens with False Hurricane here. We'll just continue chatting with you guys. Should be no problem, right? But just to let you know a little bit more about my channel, Bright Lights, I mainly cover City Heroes. In fact, 50% of my channel is City Heroes. I also cover No Man's Sky. So if you play No Man's Sky, I cover that. I'm big into Warhammer 40,000. I cover Warhammer 40,000. I do pen and paper role-playing game stuff. I'm also an independent game developer. I am a professional game developer. I have worked for both big and small companies in multiple different roles. Oh, Dark Age of Camelot. Dark Age of Camelot was so fun when it came out. Oh, man. I loved Dark Age of Camelot. You can still play that. In fact, they may even have private servers for Dark Age of Camelot. If you want me to, I'll look into that and let you know if I can find any private servers for Dark Age of Camelot. Yeah, I don't play much of that. On my free time, I like to play Deep Rock Galactic, City Heroes, No Man's Sky. I'm also working on a video game. I spend most of my, day, researching and working on my game. Yeah, a lot of these private servers are ran by skeleton crews and volunteers.
Okay, my drinking back.
Okay. Yeah, I had to jump into the mission because it's a timed mission. I didn't know if you were going to be able to make it back.
Yeah, I texted you a personal thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
On the Discord.
So I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the official servers. I thought you might have been talking about private server there. So yeah, the official servers, yeah, it's that and the Old Republic pretty much are in maintenance mode. There's very few servers that are getting active development where they're adding stuff onto it. I know EverQuest is one of them. WoW's another one. Let's see, what else? Elder Scrolls Online. Final Fantasy 14. And of course, there's the MMOs that are in development right now, you know, which there's a good handful of.
All right, I'm back in game. I texted you already.
Yeah, got it. There you go.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. What I'm really looking forward to is I cannot wait for the MMO Star Reach to come out. I think Star Reach is that's gonna be the future of the channel. And if you've not heard of Star Reach, it is a sci-fi MMO. And it is made by the developers that made Star Wars Galaxies. So it's going to be a classless system. It's going to have several planets and solar systems to explore. It's just going to be really, really cool. I saw that cloud pop up. I'm like, did that Pantheon just do that to me?
Because they can definitely do that. That's in their tricks.
Yeah. There's one. Clear this out. And I'll get back to chat here.
Yep. I don't know what that issue with my internet, so I don't know what happened there.
It happens sometimes. I mean, even my internet goes down every so often. It's very, very rare. And if the channel gets big enough or my game takes off, it's gonna be even rarer that will go down because I'll get a business internet account.
Yep. I think that's unless we're missing something though.
I'll have to look at that art book, Axel.
And here we are. There's a few more here.
I don't get daily disconnects at all. If I get disconnected, it's, you know, something, you know, really has to be going on. Where I live, there are no natural disaster phenomena. We don't get any earthquakes. We don't get hurricanes. We don't get tornadoes. None of that stuff. I mean, the worst that we might get is, I think, every 20 to 30 years, Mount St. Helens might erupt.
Yeah, I think we're clear.
Yeah, we're clear. Well, if you like pen and paper role-playing games, Blue or Bright Lights, on Fridays we actually do a pen and paper live stream. And we actually have a few spots open. We had what, +2?
Yeah, +2. They were at like times 5 or times 6. I think you were putting it to or something.
No, we were gonna go 5. We were gonna try 5.
Yep.
Okay, there's our next task. So yeah, this YouTube channel, Bright Light, is all about gaming. You know, it's predominantly video games, but I also do cover every so often stuff in the pen and paper area, stuff in the tabletop area, predominantly in Warhammer 40,000, because I'm a big Warhammer 40,000 nerd. I'm also big into collectible card games. I remember I was in junior high when Magic the Gathering had just came out and was doing their beta run. And I was, lucky enough to actually meet the creator, Richard Garfield, later on. And I actually met him at a friend's party, because one of my friends, okay, Independence Port now. We have a patrol to do. So yeah, I've met some big industry bigwigs. I've actually spoken with Richard Garriott, Lord British. I used to work for Microsoft Game Studios, so I would, like every 6 months, I ended up speaking with the vice presidents of Microsoft Game Studios, and sometimes we get in discussions and stuff like that, and about things, and his name was at the time it was Andrew Franklin was the vice president of Microsoft Game Studios. One of the biggest game test game test leads who helped build like EA's game test facility, Cryptic's game test facilities. I know him. He was one of my test leads when I was working at Microsoft Game Studios. In fact, he was my first test lead on my first big project. And then I've held lots of different careers. I think my favorite is being in the game industry. That's where I've had my most fun. But I started out working fast food when I was in high school, and then went to call centers, then did tech support over the phone, and then went to college for digital entertainment and game design, and then got into the games industry. Actually, no. Hasbro owns D&D. Which is sort of sucky because they're sort of destroying it. Oh, okay. You're saying that one of the guys from Blizzard bought Wizards of the Coast. Okay. We could attack the ghost ship. You want to do that, Frozen Hurricane? Or False Hurricane?
Yeah, let's see if we can catch some of these guys.
You actually want to do it?
See if we can catch some of the ghost guys if you need them.
No, don't need them. I was just messing with you.
Yeah, I've done it before.
Yeah.
Actually, need them on a few more on like my scrapper, ironically. So I just finished my Nemesis hunt with him. Actually, I got some bunch of Nemesis missions and managed to hunt down all the fake Nemesis I needed to get the Freedom Phalanx Reserve Light. Actually, one of the ones I need on this guy.
Ah.
Like the last thing I need for that.
Is
Acolyte.
got that one. Let's fly over here.
Look how big this zone is sometimes. It's not letting me click on them
Okay.
for some reason.
Fly across this bridge here.
Man, another direction again.
There's the ghost ship again. Almost feel like a tour guide. And to our left, you will see, or to our right, you will see the ghost ship. John Height, okay. Now, the time I was really focused on what was it? Wizards of the Coast was when it was new, when it was just Magic the Gathering, and that's all it was. And it was Richard Garfield running it. Okay. I think False Hurricane fell asleep again.
No, I'm
okay.
here. I'm here, just
zoning out.
a little bit. Just trying to fly around here.
Yeah. Well, we just finished that off. So I think I'm actually gonna jump off. I want to show bright lights some of the stuff for masterminds. So I'm gonna jump off this character and
Bright, if you ever find yourself on Thunderspy, see if you can find me here. I'll give you a hand too on here. If you hop over here, if you know what I mean. If you end up on the Thunderspy at all, I'll give a hand.
Let me clear out these guys. Yeah, those CEOs and game developers jump from companies to companies. just the way the industry works. You work someplace for a project. If you're lucky, several projects. And I was lucky at Microsoft. I'd literally jump from project to project to project, and then would get let go because there was no project for me to move over to. And then as soon as the project became available, they would call me and say, hey, are you available? And sometimes I would be working another job, and I'd just immediately quit that job and go work there. In fact, I remember one time Microsoft had called me up and offered me, a job. And I said, yeah, sure. Day I show up, the receptionist looks at me and goes, what are you doing here? I said, I'm here for my project. And they're like, did no one call you and tell you the project was canceled? I said, no one called me. And she goes, I want you to go home, call unemployment, and sign up for unemployment. We have you covered. I said, excellent, cool. 3 months later, they called again and said, okay, we got another project for you. So let's see. So we were talking. You want to see demon summoning? Well, let me show you some demon summoning. This is my controlled chaos character. You'll see him in a lot of my guide videos. Pretty much any intro to a City of Heroes, you will see him talking to you. Now, these are not what your demons will look like. Not at all. This is Thunderspy. Thunderspy, you can customize your demons. And I've customized my demons. So I chose my demons to look like this. But yeah, that's pretty much that. And then for the attacks, you're gonna have a whip. And of course, some of your demons will have ice powers, some will have fire powers. Or are you talking about the one D&D? Let me go into character creation like I promised you. So if I go here, gotta go all the way back because, well, as you can see, I have a lot of character I've made. So we'll just choose something. We're of course gonna go to pets because, well, Mastermind. So like I was saying, you get beasts summoning, you get demon summoning, which, is the whips and stuff like that I was telling you about. Your mercenaries. Now for secondaries, you get cult domination, dark miasma, force fields, nature's affinity, pain domination. Poison is really good because poison, for most of these, it's, like force fields, it's all defensive stuff. There's no heals, no nothing. Your cold domination, it's got maybe one heal in that whole entire set. That's right here, the Frostworks. Dark miasma, you have a heal, but you have to have an enemy targeted to do that heal, but you also get a 7th pet. Force fields, in a way, you do get another pet, but it is in... where is it? No, not there. It's devices, you get another pet. But regrowth, you get a bunch of good heals, some holds, and stuff like that. Pain domination, heals, buffs, poison. You get buffs, you get debuffs for the enemy, you get heals, you get some holds, and stuff like that. I spent a lot of time working on that character. I'll show you some of my other characters once I'm done showing you this, but radiation is another good heal, buff, and debuff one. Sonic is a good debuff one and buff. Storm Summoning, this is what False Hurricane was using. This is good for some heals, a lot of like slows and knockdowns and stuff like that. Hurricane's really good for keeping the enemies away from you, and things like that. Thermal Radiation, which is what my Controlled Chaos character uses. A lot of heals, buffs. And then there's Time Manipulation. It's slowing down the enemy. It's increasing your heals. It's stopping your enemies, stuff like that. Then Traps. This is really good. Web Grenade is a root. The Beacon is really good for healing. So if you have this setup's good for when you're doing a bunch of ranged stuff. You can put down your beacon, have all your guys stand near the beacon and do the attack, and then also put down like your acid mortar, and then that's where like the force field generator, that's the other pet that I was telling you about. Poison traps are good, seeker drones are good, minefield, detonator. It's good depending on what you have. So if you have dumb pets, when I'm saying dumb pets, I'm talking like zombies and robots. You can put this on one of them and it will blow that pet up and do area of effect damage. However, if you put that on something like a mercenary pet or a thug pet, the thug or mercenary will actually stop doing whatever they're doing, try to take the bomb off of them and chuck it at the enemy. So that's how that works. And then we're going to ignore obedience training because this is only on Thunderspy. But then you have trick arrows, which are like entanglement arrows. Basically think of like Hawkeye or Green Arrow and their special arrows that they do, you know, to do like the oil slicks, the acid arrows, poison gas, you know, EMP arrows, stuff like that. So let me go back to my characters. I'll show you a list of my characters. So you've seen Controlled Chaos, and this is the character for the channel. This is my current Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine. However, soon he is going to change. The shoulder pads are going to change, and the weapon model he uses is going to change because the Thunderspy server is getting shoulder pads that look like Space Marine shoulder pads and weapons that look like bolt pistols and bolters. I know this for 100% fact because I 3D modeled the shoulder pads and the bolter and bolt pistols, and they've been worked on. If you check the community section of this channel, you will actually see pictures of them. I do not know when they are going to go live on this server, but Thunderspy is going to get that stuff. Then this is my Mastermind that has robots and traps. This is a guy that just does a lot of blasting. And then this guy is sort of like a sniper type character. Why I go into him? Yeah, he's my sniper type character. Go quit, back to character selection. Click OK. No, I had nothing to do. I had nothing to do with Project Sparkle. So anyways, that was Eli, and then this character is a Dominator, Gravity Control, and Illusion. This is a Ninja Blade, and I believe Ninjutsu Stalker that I created. Smoke Shot was the last community mastermind I did. Blast Shot, this is a dual pistols illusion character. And then radiation character. Sonic Thruster is Sonic character. This is a Knights mastermind. Knights masterminds are only on Thunderspy, and you're basically, instead of having you doing ranged attacks, you're actually given a melee weapon, and your pets are your first 3 pets, or the first tier pets, your minions are archers, then you get squires, then you get a knight, then electric dominator, a stone melee fire aura brute, a hellfire wind control dominator. This character, if I remember correctly, is dual pistols martial arts. It's a gun fu character. I'm actually going to log into this character. I want to show you something really cool about this character. There we go. Okay, it's logging in. So what I like about this character, let me find a mob. A mob I can fight. That's not gonna be purple. That's red. We'll risk it here. I love T-Punch. And it's because that slow motion pushback. That slow motion pushback is just so fun. It really adds to that gun fu feel. And of course I gave them ninja run, but they move this way. Let's see, who else do I have? So yeah, that's one of my other favorite blaster builds, and dual pistol power set came in with going rogue. So then there's this character, which is, I believe, Luminous, and I don't remember what else. And this is a fire control dominator with, I think, hellfire. This is my mastermind that is mercenaries and poison. This is a character that I created when City of Villains came out originally. This is the character that I'm doing fire blasts and I believe traps with. And this character I created because they put in these special leg models of these prosthetics. So I wanted to do a martial arts character because martial arts does a lot of kicking. I thought it'd be cool to do sort of like a character from the Kingsman, that one villain character that had the blades on her prosthetic legs. I wanted a character like that, but make them a hero. And I made this character who's beam blast in the arms instead, because Thunderspy also lets you take beam blast, and instead of having a rifle, they let you shoot either from a rifle, from your fist, or from your eyes. So you can literally create a Cyclops style character on Thunderspy. And then of course an electric brute, a scrapper that has martial arts and I believe shields, a radiation brute, a dark controller, and then this is Hellfire and Fire Control Dominator, a Plant and Spines Dominator. This is an electric controller. The Primalist that I created on this one, because I wanted to use these hands that they had created on this. Because I play No Man's Sky, I created a No Man's Sky character. This is what my No Man's Sky character, No Man's Sky actually somewhat looks like, but I gotta change this up because I've changed the look of my No Man's Sky character. I did a character that sort of looks like a Ratling from Warhammer. And then Time Cop, dual pistols, and time control. Earthbender. Because, Avatar The Last Airbender type thing. A traps controller with illusionary controls. And Stormbringer, it's a wind control character. Thugs, Mastermind, I forgot what the secondary is. This is an energy shield brute that I created. And then this is a street justice, I don't remember what else, brute. And then a wind control, and I believe electric dominator, and then a energy blast, kinetics corruptor, Mastermind that we were playing on. And then American Star is another energy and force or shield brute. Yeah, I spent a lot of time on my designs, and the reason I spent a lot of time on my designs is the area of game design I'm in is on the graphical end. I do a lot of 3D modeling, a lot of texturing, a lot of UI design. And then I have Psy Ninja here, which is Psychic Melee, and I forgot what the secondary was. But this arm can only be gotten on Thunderspy. So I put this arm on it because when you do punches, I'll actually just show you. Let me jump in. There's a theme behind the reason that that's there. Well, I should have gone in. Somewhat. So. Okay, that's right. This character's just level 2. These guys should still be up there. They are. Okay. So you'll notice the blade comes out of that, and then let me rotate this around. And when that fist pops out, it also pops out of there. So you'll see sort of a fist-like look. In fact, let me back up here. Yeah, there's the fist. What does that show? There we go. What was my secondary I chose? I chose... Oh, Dark Armor. So it's Psychic, Dark Armor, Stalker. For this character. Oh wow! No, my favorite one to do when I did the builds of the benders, doing different benders in City of Heroes, I did a Earth bender on Rebirth. I love the look of that Earth bender on Rebirth because there's a costume piece you can only get on Rebirth. That looks really, really cool. And it was an Earth Dominator that I did there. And so it's like, rock fists, an Earth heavy mallet, and then bringing up Earth around the enemies, and just looked excellent. So overall, that's all those characters. But if you guys want to see me play hardcore where I delete the character if the character is taken out, come back in about 2 hours at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'll be doing my hardcore run. Until then, I want to thank you all for watching and have a great day.